It's Psychic Medium Queen coming in with another reading. But before we get into that, guys, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Enlightened family. If you happen to come across this channel, it wasn't by chance. Feel free to join us for more readings like this and readings to aid you on your own personal spiritual path. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Before we get into the video, guys, if you would like to help support the channel so that I can push out more videos for the collective, you would like to see more of me and get exclusive discounts as well as mini readings throughout the month, feel free to head over and select the Ultimate Plus tier for exclusive access to readings as well as first dibs on my merch. All right, let's get into the reading. Welcome to your collective reading. In this reading, we're going to cover everything Spirit is needing you to know right now. This reading will be timeless, and if you are watching this video, then it is meant for you. All right, Spirit, what do you want in the collective to know right now, please? Okay, so Spirit is saying that there have been some endings in your life. And the reason why there have been some endings is because I'm bringing in a whole lot of new beginnings in your life. As a result of you ending things that were no longer serving you, be it relationships, be it old positions, old jobs, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you have ended, it's caused flourishing to happen in your life. Have you ever noticed that when you put off the things that don't serve you, they make room for your blessings to come in? Sometimes Spirit will allow you to be tested in this life in the way of giving up things you love that are causing you pain so that you may flourish at this time. And for some of you guys, you may have felt like you wore a mask, pretending to be somebody that you were not to make other people happy. Those days are over. At this time, Spirit is saying that some of you guys may be going through a separation because you're changing and evolving into somebody new. And what Spirit is saying here is, I need you to see past the smoke. I need you to see past the facade of what it looks like to understand where it is you're going. You're a totally different person than what your mate is used to. And for some of you, I'm getting that this person comes off a little bit pompous. They're used to things being a certain kind of way. And it hurts your feelings. But Spirit is saying if this person can't rise up to meet you, it's going to transport you somewhere else. It almost looks like there's a picture up here. And Spirit is saying that your life is waiting for you. If your person can't rise up to meet you, you need to see past this smoke, and it's time to go live your life and not wait for a person who doesn't see the value in you. For those of you guys who have been worried about money, Spirit is saying those days are over. I'm about to bless you right after this video. So I wouldn't be surprised if you found some money, if you got promoted, if it feels like money just starts to grow. Claim it in advance. If you're somebody who has been in need, say it in the comment section below. I claim it. Manifest that reality. It's coming anyway, because you may have felt like you were in a place of desolation. You may have felt like things were like things were dying, because I'm seeing almost like a skull here. And you may have felt trapped. Spirit is saying, I took you out of that. And some of you guys can attest to that already. Yeah, you're manifesting and becoming somebody completely new. Somebody you didn't even know who existed, and you're determined more than ever. Purple is the color of royalty. And Spirit is saying you may look like something to somebody else, and some people might even dub you some things you know you are not. But that's okay, because you're rising and you're vibing, and nobody's going to be able to control your destiny but you. You're looking forward. You see this woman? She's laser focused. And you know what? There's a garden growing around her because she knows who she is. You know how magnificent that is to know who you are in this life when so many people want to imitate other people. That is the most courageous thing you could ever do, is be yourself in a world full of imitators. So Spirit is saying, look, stay this focused. And some of you guys, I'm getting, because she has red hair here, some of you guys might even want to change your appearance. You might even want to change the color of your hair, the look of your hair, just the look of your person in general to match what it is you're feeling and vibing right now at this time. And Spirit is saying, hey, go for it. I'm also getting this is looking like from afar, it looked like a staff, but it's jewelry here. And Spirit is saying, look, I am not only armoring you, I've beautified you. There's another word that I was looking for, but Spirit is saying that I've beautified you here. You have divinity around you. Thank you, Spirit. You have divinity around you, and everything that's in your past is in your past. You don't even need to fight your battles no more. You know what I mean? Let people think what they want to think. Never defend what you say about anything, especially through spirit. Never defend what you say anymore about yourself. Let people think what they want to believe. Like Eminem said, I am whoever you say I am. And whatever you believe it. I don't have time to defend me. I'm too busy vibrating high. The reason why this is happening, actually, I'm hearing Spirit say, you've made so many sacrifices in your life. This woman, she has blood on her dress. But that's starting to dissipate because she's putting that down. She's letting that wilt away from her life. And she's going towards that sunshine. You know, you've lived those parts of your life. It's time to let the sun set completely. And most of you already have. Most of you are walking and vibrating in who you were meant to be. And anything that didn't serve you, anything that harmed you, Spirit is saying, karma is instant. So believe me, they'll pay. This is karmic justice. You don't have to go out there and do anything. It's only a matter of time. These scales will be balanced, Spirit is saying. For some of you, you've forgotten your magic. You've forgotten your capability, and Spirit is saying it's almost like a fairy tale here that you once felt. This woman, she's giving like a Cinderella tale because there's the pumpkin. You had, I'm actually getting two energies off this card, so let me start with the one. For some of you guys, you have come into this newness and left your past behind. But for some of you guys, you're still in that chariot, waiting to live. Don't let the opinions of others, don't let your own insecurities stop you. Go and get this. This has happened already. So for the ones of you guys who are sitting in this chair, this chariot, I challenge you to get out of this for yourself. This is you against you, okay? And for those of you who are living your life because you were courageous enough to say, enough is enough of my past, enough is enough of the pain, because some people live and are used to dysfunction. And they ain't gonna sit out their mouths, but if you are always expecting pain, if you're saying that's normalcy for your life, you're living in dysfunction. But if you said, I'm leaving this and I'm starting anew and I'm going to call it in and I'm going to speak life, because it's easier for us to speak negative. We're so socially conditioned for that. That's why you have to unlearn these things, the things that you learn in your first institution. So Spirit is saying, I want you to get over here. So this is the past. For those of you guys who already live in success, kudos to you. For those of you guys living over here, it's not too late for this to turn around and go this way. And we're going to leave it here because this right here ain't serving you. It's driving you crazy. All right? Because for those of you guys who are staying stuck, not learning the lessons, not moving forward, not answering your calling, you're going to have some towers coming, because towers come to shake you up. When we're not serving our purpose and living our destiny, we wonder why our world is constantly falling apart. It's falling apart because you're being allowed to be tested until you get it. Towers can be beneficial for those people who are saying, okay, let me go through this portal. Let me allow this portal, because it looks like a portal here. Let me go through this so that I can grow, because there is light on the other side of it. It's not scary to you. What you see this light bursting through here? This darkness becomes light once you learn the lesson. But for those of you guys who aren't getting it, Spirit is like, okay, here we go again. Let me shoot this down to her. Let me shoot this down to him, so maybe they'll get it together. Because if you're called, my dear, you're called. There's no way to get around it. Spirit is saying some of you guys are tired at this time. You need to rest. You got a lot going on with the children. You got a lot going on in your life. You got a lot going on with work. And you would like to just sit somewhere and rest. And it's imperative that you do that. But Spirit is also saying, for those who are stuck in this space of not moving into their calling, Don't stay stuck here too long. Don't move. You got things to do, because she's been sitting here so long. And that way, for those people who are dealing with that, her hair is starting to grow. So she's been sitting here way too long. I wouldn't be surprised. I do have a card here. Oh, it's here. I see them. I was looking for the cobwebs. I was about to say, I wouldn't be surprised if cobwebs was growing, because they're growing. It's time for you to move, Empress. It's time for you to move. Spirit is saying when you're enlightened, it's like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel, because once you go down that rabbit hole, ain't no way in turning around. Once you see what you see through spirit, you can't even fool yourself. Even if somebody's eyes who's not open tries to convince you of otherwise, you couldn't change if you wanted to, because once your eyes are open, once that third eye is pulsating, I'm sorry, friend. It's just not going to work. You can't undo that. You're meant to be magical. You're meant to see other realms. You're meant to see through this. You're meant to sift through the crazy and understand it better. Because when you're enlightened, you actually don't even respond to things how you would have. Once you really can see better. It doesn't mean you're not going to be challenged and you won't go through stuff. It just means that, hey, I get to tackle this thing. Just like I was telling you guys who are on Patreon that are my VIPs the other day, whenever you're triggered, it's an opportunity to check that thing and heal it. Whereas once upon a time when you weren't enlightened and couldn't see properly, you would have just lived in that thing and allowed it to happen and just felt like it was par for the course because of negativity. But now when it rises up, it's like, oh, that's something I get to check. That's one less thing. And now I'm stronger as a result. So look, when your eyes are open, they open. Ain't no going back. Spirit is saying that a lot of you guys here are going to be taking control and caging things that are no longer serving you in your life. And you're going to be shutting the door. Because I'm feeling like this is a gate that's been busted through in its enlightenment. And Spirit is saying once you're on the side of this, it's a done deal. Further to this other card here. But I'm also feeling like people who are in their dark night of the soul are learning how to kind of navigate this better. So they're feeling a little bit more at peace. So this woman is about to clear up this suit here because it's smoke in the sky. And she's going to start compartmentalizing. So those of you guys who have been dealing with the dark night of the soul, Spirit is saying it's about to get easier if it hasn't already. And if you don't know what the dark night of the soul is, I've said this before in another video, it's pretty much a glorified depression. But it's a depression with purpose. Because all depression is our minds trying to make sense of what's irrational. It's irrational for the human mind to understand everything about this when you awaken, that there's something greater, that there's something bigger, that there are other realms, and that's on top of the love, because usually you're awoken by a trigger, and that's usually a twin flame, or you're born into it, or something happens, some kind of life-changing event, near-death experience, etc. There's many ways to wake up. Okay. All right, let's get into another deck. The next round, we're going to get into the world and how it's doing since this whole pandemic. So I can talk about that while I set these cards up. It's basically about control. How scared can I make them? How much can we control them? How much can we make them fear? How many people can we make leave from here without saying that word? You know what I mean? So this is not the time to be fearful. This is not the time to roll over. This is the time to be strong. It's the time to send light and love. It's the time to pray. Okay? And you guys decide what you want to do with your body, but be careful what you put in your body. Because right now, I'm going to call it like it is. People are being treated like guinea pigs. That's what it is. If it's not FDA approved, and y'all know what I'm talking about. If it's not FDA approved, you are the guinea pig. So just to be mindful of that. Well, I covered it. So, but Spirit may give me some more, so we're going to get into cards about that. All right, so 3 of Spears here. Spirit may have some of you guys in a space of the hermit right now. So you're alone and you're kind of standing out, looking at things, looking at how the world is going at this time. And you're seeing a lot of darkness, which makes you feel more protected when you're alone. So you're saying like, look, I know what's out there. I'm staying to myself. And it feels more like peace to you. And I understand. And that may just be for some of you. Those are for my enlightened ones for sure. Because you guys understand that loneliness is not a space of, it's not meant to make you feel lonely. It's supposed to be peaceful. Okay. You're seeing all this battle go on outside, and you're like, you know what? It's really unfortunate, but I'm going to stay here in my peace. I'm protected here in spirit. A lot of you guys that were on defense about how the world was going, Spirit is saying things are turning around. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to relax. So Spirit has jumped ahead of me because these cards are already getting into what we were supposed to be covering next. But Spirit is saying, look, things are opening. The movies are back open. Go see a movie. You know, go have fun. Go live your life, because the reins are being loosened a little bit. Know what the intention was. And you enlightened ones, you already know. You know, conspiracy theorists, that word was dubbed and given by the, I believe it's the FBI, because of anybody who had the nerve to have a different opinion. It's not a conspiracy theorist. It's somebody who actually has the courage and ability to think on their own. That's what that is. So you guys are unthawing, okay? And money, 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 money. You guys can't stop getting money on my channel, okay? You know? And for those of you guys who have gotten it, I want you to comment in the comment section below, okay? Because this is like, Spirit has blessed you all. You know, just call it the money channel. Because every single time I do a collective reading, you guys are always getting coins. Okay? That's beautiful. So you have an abundance coming in here. All right. And Spirit is saying that a lot of you guys are nurturing yourselves at this time. You're nurturing the light in you, because this little baby dragon signifies a person who's coming into their own. They're growing and they want to be enlightened. Okay, they want to change. They want to know what's on the other side of the veil, and the things that are hidden from you. Understand it's to help you, it's to protect you, because you don't want to have to endure something you're not ready for. That goes with enlightened or otherwise. And you don't want to bring stuff on you, because this feels like a snake here. You don't want to bring stuff on you that could hurt you. So be mindful. Keep your eyes open and be aware of the people you keep around you. A lot of you guys are not fighting anymore for what's not serving you. You're not going to be doing that. For those of you guys who are kind of feeling like this energy is changing, I'm giving that as a prediction. You're going to stop doing that. You're going to stop giving too much. You're going to start letting people fight for you. Okay? Kudos to you guys who've already done that. King of Cups. This goes along with the last card. Spirit is saying here, you're not going to be giving more than you're receiving. A lot of you guys have finally learned that self-care is not stingy. Taking care of you and keeping your time to you is precious. You have to guard your heart, because you have to be careful who you entertain, because you can take on, and Spirit even said this on the VIP over there on Patreon as well. If you're not over there, you guys are missing out, because you get a whole bunch of extra messages. So Spirit is saying you're protecting your energy more. You're looking out for you. For some of you guys, you may have given up on connections altogether, and you're like, you know what? I don't even want to get married. And then for some of you guys who are watching this, you may have just gotten married recently, because I know that Spirit gave that in another collective reading, that some people will be getting a proposal. So if you got married, congratulations to you. And for those of you who have given up on connections, Spirit is saying eventually you get out of this energy once you heal. Okay? Temperance. Spirit is saying here, you may have felt like you've lost your balance, but I'm about to change that. Some of you may have missed the opportunity because of the pain that you were in here, and you felt like you lost your magic. But the magician is somebody who knows his magic. So it's not too late to turn this around. It's not too late to believe in yourself and understand that you are the creator of your destiny. What you speak, you give legs to. And what you give legs to becomes actions. And you have to walk in what you have manifested. So get out of this space of self-deprivation and self-sabotage. It's time to challenge yourself and come into this. The Hierophant is a man of knowledge. He's a man that doesn't say very much, and this is varies. I believe his name from God. Whenever he spoke, it was of substance, and reason was behind it. For the scenes that I'm thinking of, that's what Spirit is given. So it's saying here to be like the Hierophant. Always be open and attached to nothing. Be open to hearing other people's opinions, even if you don't agree with them. When somebody says something you don't agree with, simply say something to the effect of, you know what, I never thought about it that way. And as they say, eat the fish and leave the bones. If you already know and you're already aware, simply take the information that serves you and get rid of the rest. It also reminds me of this movie called 1,000 Words. Eddie Murphy only had 1,000 words he could speak So every single word that dropped from his lips had to be something of substance, had to be something that was needed to be said. If you notice, people actually value people who stay quiet more and don't say too much, don't, or they just listen to them. They value that person. So Spirit is saying here, for those of you guys who might need to practice this, this is a good time to start doing that, because it's going to actually even help with your enlightenment. And it's not saying that you're talking too much. It's just simply saying, and some of you guys might feel that you do, just that's your own energy. You might feel like that's the kind of person you are. So Spirit is saying it's time to turn over a new leaf, because there's so much that you're missing out here in the world behind you that you can be privy to, and your brain can actually have a wealth of knowledge if you would just learn how to listen and speak when it's needed. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say here in our Lover's Oracle. It doesn't necessarily always have to talk about love. Time. For those of you guys who are going through a rough time in your relationships, Spirit is saying to give it time. You don't need to be trying so hard. Give it time. If it's meant to be, this person will rise up to meet you. If it's not, you have a decision to make, and you should know what to do. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. There is nothing that you can do in this life that hasn't already been predestined. There's nothing that you're going to deal with that you haven't already agreed to. And everything you do is going to expand your understanding, not only in life and love, but in spirit as well. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Spirit is saying it's time out in this world for trying to be like everybody else, be like anybody else. You need to be like yourself, and don't be hard on yourself for the decisions you made when you were in your infancy years. And infancy doesn't just, I'm not talking about an actual child. I'm talking about when you weren't enlightened. Don't be upset with yourself, and don't be upset with yourself even when you make mistakes, even in enlightenment, because it's all part for the course. Spirit is not afraid of any of your mistakes. There might be detours, but they all lead to the same destination. So don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Those of you guys who are in a relationship, remember that friendship is the true foundation of a long-lasting relationship. If this person ain't your friend, I'm hearing Spirit say literally verbatim, then why are you with them? Because it's going to take more than love to sustain a marriage. It's going to take more than love to sustain any kind of relationship. You have to be friends first. You have to nurture those bonds. For those of you guys who may be having hard times where your relationship is fixable, Spirit is saying to nurture your relationship as friends, and you'll see the love improve automatically. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun time together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Love it. I'm hearing as well, for those of you guys who are happily single, laughter is the best therapy. Get out and have some fun. Date yourself. Take yourself to the movies. Now that the movies is back home, and I may not have been your thing, but you know what? Now you have an option. Take yourself to the movies. Take yourself and get yourself pampered, okay? Have that meal that you probably wouldn't have ate before, It's time to have some fun. And for those of you guys in a relationship, Spirit is saying laughter is the best therapy. Make sure you're laughing with your person. Make sure you have that friendship, as Spirit stated in the last card. It's imperative, and it's the greatest healer. Laughter can truly heal. Like, if you ever noticed a person that's sick and they start laughing or they're not feeling well, it changes the body's composition. It literally can heal. Embrace through each other, you find the missing pieces. I'm feeling like this is for twin flames. So if anybody who's watching that has a twin, they help you find the pieces because they're the direct reflection of everything you are not. Your twin can get on your last good nerve because they will show you who you are. And especially if you're in smack dab in the twin flame relationship and you're going through the changes, even for some of you guys, I'm hearing Spirit say that you've lost them. I'm feeling like this is for somebody specific. Spirit is saying to hang in there and hang on, because through each other, you will find the missing pieces. You guys heal through one another if you're doing things the correct way. So let it take its natural course. As long as you're growing together, that's all that matters. Be happy that your person is bringing those things forward that you don't like, If it irritates you and it triggers you, it's because it needs to be healed or it needs to be changed. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. This is important. Let me read this again. When you pass from this world, your physical body, you take nothing with you but your soul. Your soul is weightless. Your soul can come back. You'll have the memories you shared with those you love. Spirit is having me focus more so on the soul part, because people need to understand that when you leave your body, the shell, the avatar that you agreed to have on this earth, your soul is forever living. Okay? So make sure that you nurture that soul while you are here. And it's also important for those of you guys who have lost somebody to understand their body may have left, but their soul will live on. Their soul can still come visit you. And for those of you guys who have had mediumship readings with me, you guys know it for a fact. There's no way I can know you guys as people. You know what I mean? And say the things that I say and take on the elements I take on and be able to speak like them and things like that. That's all spirit. That's all them. So understand your soul is forever surviving. Your body just goes, the shell, again, the avatar, right? It's the player we chose. Now, I know some of you, and this is a little joke, but I know some of us wish we could choose another avatar, because if we chose the one we wanted to choose, we'd probably be cutting up. So Spirit knew what it was doing, and we kind of knew we was doing too, because we wanted to live the life we were supposed to live, right? The one we was called to do, if you want to live a life of purpose, okay? All jokes aside, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So this is for the people whose Spirit is saying you need to be in that state of the hermit phase, or you've chosen to be in that state of the hermit phase, because in this time, this is where you can learn, okay? Spirit is telling me right now to end it here. This video may have a part 2 sometime later. So if this reading has been for you and you want to delve a bit deeper into your personal relationships, into your personal connection with Spirit and your own spiritual growth, and you want to know what's coming up for you in life, love, and relationship, and life in general, you may have a problem, whatever the case may be, feel free to head over to psychicmediumqueen.net right now to request a booking. And for those of you guys who want to hear more, learn more, head over to Patreon and become a VIP Ultimate supporter to take advantage of exclusive discounts only available to Patreon VIPs, as well as get access to my merchandise, encouragement, and everything else Spirit is offering over there. I will see you all in the next video, and thanks so much for watching. Blessings.